Stabby starting off with a footsie sweep. Gets away with it. Patiently blocking Ibuki's plus frames. Good anti-air with crouch spears. Kyle doing his best to use Ibuki's good mobility to bait to bait a whiff and get his offense started. Gets crush countered though. Scissor kicks. Blocks the follow up. Doubles reverse, pushing Morahan to the corner. Pokes with a fierce into kunai, and then does a air kunai to get out of the corner. Trying to get away from EX Psycho Blast. Getting poked apart here by Bison. Blocks scissor kick. Good tech from Stabby. And Bison Blast for the win. I'm just gonna start giving Bison wacky names for his moves. Good anti-air from Morahan on the jump fierce. Does a defensive throw. EX Stomp whiffs. Gets swift punished by sweep. Morahan hits him with the overhead. Starts pushing him back towards the other corner. Good poke with the V skill. Jumps into the corner himself. And then Stabby returns the favor by cornering himself. Morahan giving him space though. EX cut kicks. Stand fierce into more scissor kicks. EX kunai dash up throw gets teched by Stabby. Ibuki does a hang glider move from Super Mario 3. Does EX kunai to get in. Raida dash forward throw. Stabby doesn't bite on the quick wake up. Does a defensive throw for the round. 1-0 Stabicron. Miss anti-air into a full combo from Stabby. Plus frames, throw, Ibuki's in the corner. Whiffs double reverse. Morahan tries to do medium dash out of the corner. Gets thrown for his trouble. Does a defensive throw, dash up. Stabby just back dashes, wants to reset neutral. Blocks the stand fierce. Morahan now poking with stand light kick. Good throw tech. Does a charge V skill, just kind of poking. Stabicron can tent this crouch from 3/4 screen. He has a life lead. Morahan walking into a Bison Blast. Stabicron just doing a good job of not letting Kyle start his offense. And then does what looked like a cross-up EX Devil's Reverse, but went back in the front. Feels bad. Good anti-air from Stabicron. EX scissor kicks. Advantage on block. Code animal.
And I ruined the stream.
It happens. No, like I was saying, Morahan finally gets to get an offense start. He has Stabicron push to the corner and gets defensively thrown into the corner himself. Not a good position to be in. Stand roundhouse plus frames. Gets air to air by EX stomp. Plus frames. More plus frames. Jump in. More plus frames. Scissor kick. Now Morahan's turn. EX Psycho Blast. Blocks it but gets hit in the front with jump light kick. Swipe. Swiper be swiping. It'd be +1. You can't really do anything about it.
Your own turn.
Bro, we've been calling it that for like 2 years. Does EX kunai does not get the explosion to hit. Fun fact, Ibuki has 3 versions of her EX kunai. One that goes almost right in front of her, one that goes mid-screen, and one that goes like 3/4 screen. Stabby does a footsie slide. Wasn't that only 2?
Yeah.
Are you getting your stick? Morahan changing some hardware. We've been having issues with. No, there was a firmware update lately, and it's wreaking havoc with a lot of people's sticks. Because most people have, or a lot of people have brook converters, and for whatever reason, Sony likes to put out firmware updates that disable them, and Brooks has to play keep up every couple months.
Well, in their defense, it's been almost a year. And also, triply in their defense, the problem he's having is actually that the breakout PCB that they're using in that hitbox is for whatever reason not letting Brook hold it.
Dan will hit me with some tick jargon that I don't know anything about because he's our resident stick doctor. But long story short, it's less Sony's fault and more of this particular Brook converter's fault. But it's still an inconvenience either way. So Morahan switched over to his traditional arcade stick, hoping he'll have some success with that. Hits the overhead, does not drop does not hit the follow-up. Gets thrown, good blocks on the plus frames. Gets EX kunai, misses his rider unfortunately. Good throw tech from Stabby. Gets crush countered into Inferno. Dash up plus frames, more plus frames. Good back medium punch anti-air. Tries to throw Shuriken to counteract the EX Psycho Ball, and it gets stuffed clean. That's an interaction I've never seen before.
It's interesting because the ball didn't explode. It wasn't that he was too close to exploding.
No, I think it like hit the kunai and that was a projectile point, and then it just kept going. So apparently kunai only has one projectile point.
I don't think it has any. I think it hit his hand. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So it just hit his extended hand.
Yeah.
I did nothing.
That's unfortunate.
Sure.
Ibuki Shuriken having some fairly unique attributes for a Capcom game. But we have Stabicron on tournament point right now. Morahan needs to win this round, basically to keep his tournament life going. Pressing buttons after the blocked overhead because it can't be fucked with.
Bison.
Cancels his scissor kicks into EX double stomp because scissor kick, that one might have been punishable. It's hard to tell depending on spacing with Bison.
It feels like it is like the inverse of like everyone else.
Yeah.
Like the farther it travels,
The more punishable it is somehow.
no, the less punishable. The heavy ones travel farther or safer. It's only the
Hits
light
his
ones.
rider after the EX kunai this time. But his health is, as we like to call in Grand Rapids, well fresh. Trying to get something started with Shuriken. Lots of plus frames. Finally gets a cross up into a corner. Does target combo, dashes again, and now we're in the mix. Out of kunai though, Stabicron activates V-Trigger 1, turning into Super Saiyan Bison. Walks across up in the corner, techs to throw. Morahan staying alive, throws EX Cycle Ball. Blocks, gets the anti-air.
That was a nice.
Morahan stays alive.
Like that was late as hell. He got both hits. That was very nice.
EX kunai, plus frames. Stand medium kick, +2, more plus frames. Presses it 3 times. Stabby's not biting. Plus frames, whiffs the throw. B skill. Morahan, despite having probably 66% of their life, has V-Trigger 2 already. The upside of having a 2-bar V-Trigger. Activates the Shuriken Raw, catches Stabicron out of EX something or other, and now he's in the mix.
See that shit? That was a cross-up.
Bro, I don't know what's going on. This ninja girl is doing stuff.
He's doing some Chun-Li shit.
And that's a stun. Doesn't kill, but close. And now he's stuck in the corner. Stabicron always the patient one, though. Willing to slowly walk his way out. Does the charge Shuriken, but gets thrown into the corner. Does EX up kicks, because he's like, I'm not blocking shit. So Morahan switches to sticks, and it pays off for him. Oops. Puts one on the board.
I don't know if you heard Josh laugh, but Josh didn't do the Cycloax meaty, feature meaty one, because it's 17 frames.
17, I think.
Yeah, it's reactable. And a lot of people have gotten to the point, they fought him so much, that they're actually waiting till he actually does it and reacting and DPing. So he
Those
did
of us that have DPs,
Yeah, so
Laura has to hold that.
So he did a nice like manual button.
Good anti-air into cross-up from Morahan. Blocks the stomp. Tries the air-to-air. Gets mixed by some Bison shenanigans. Does EX stomp meaty from a forward throw. Gets crush countered. Stabby a little off on the crush counter confirmed. EX kunai plus frame. Stand medium kick. Goes for the frame trap. Stabicron still not biting. Neutral jump roundhouse. Jumps in roundhouse. Blocks overhead. Manages to counter hit. I would imagine that had to be a slower button, so maybe stand jab? Not stand light kick. Plus frames. Jab anti-air. Supposed to be gone, but lots of people still have it. Fishing with the stand fierce goes into V-trigger activation.
Okay, left style, baby.
No mix-up.
That is the mix-up.
Sometimes. Trying to use EX kunai to get his offense started. Gets hit by EX Cycle Ball. Bison with that menacing slow walk. Reminiscent of Hit from Dragon Ball. Good stand light kick whiff punish on the scissor kicks. Plus frames. Stabicron deciding he doesn't want no part of that. And does cross up doubles reverse and V-trigger, which is quite misleading sometimes. Can catch you off guard.
It was a good try though. Like he was trying to catch him coming out there because he always comes out the same side of V-trigger. Which you already know.
Which is the cross up.
Yeah.
It always crosses up in V-trigger.
So it's very easy. Well,
Plus frames. Whiff punishes with the roundhouse. Finally gets Stabicron to bite on something. Good anti-air with back medium punch. One hit goes in the Raida.
Unfortunate. Good.
Morahan turning his offense up. Finally getting something started. Block sweep from Stabicron. Gets the full punish. Forward throw. Doesn't have meter, so he can't do meaty EX stomp. Does footsie slide, but he has V-trigger, so that's pretty much free at this point. Puts himself in the corner. Does a defensive throw, puts Ibuki in the corner. Another forward throw. Kyle saying he wants no more of this, does wake up jab in the target combo. Starts doing shadow shuriken stuff. Blocks EX over reverse plus frames, gets thrown. Stabicron takes tournament in Grand Finals 3-1 over Morahan.